Here's the alligator park. We feed our alligators chicken. Now watch how they jump up out of the water. Alligators have very sharp teeth, but the teeth are not designed for chewing. Alligators can't chew their food at all. Alligators have to swallow all of their food whole. The Native Americans that used to live in that part of the country hundreds of years ago worshipped, honored, and hunted alligators. They often used alligator teeth and claws to make necklaces, and would wear those necklaces out to battle or wear them out hunting, because they believed as long as they wore the necklace, they would have the courage and the strength of the alligator. Way down in South Louisiana, there's a little town called Grand Lake. It's a small town by today's standards, but hundreds of years ago, it was a home to some very large Native American tribes. These tribes were mound builders. Indian mounds are fairly common in Louisiana, but the mound at Grand Lake is
Did you see that giant one?
It's shaped like an 800-foot